Alright guys, so I just want to show you a quick overview of this camera. You do have instructional information provided. It's actually pretty good, and translation, none of that, no translation issues or anything like that. Pretty self-explanatory. Gives you a lot of different modes and everything else. It does talk about the Easy iCam app. Now you can connect with this to Wi-Fi. It's very easy. It's outlined here. The app actually works really well with this and many of the other cameras. And because this doesn't do 4K video and 2.7K and all that, you're just dealing with 1080p. The app fully supports this camera and a lot of the settings. I personally don't like using the Wi-Fi function myself. It's really up to you if you decide to do that, but it does cut into your battery life, and I do not like that, because you do not need a backpack because you have an LCD built in. The batteries, you can get 1100 milliamp batteries that last close to an hour and a half. These are going to fall closer to an hour in most cases, or at least that's what I've found. These are 900 milliamp, so I recommend getting the upgraded batteries, and you probably won't get them from this company. There's only one company I know of that sells them, but you can get them. And you do have a little, connect and contact and interact. They have a Facebook page if you have any problems, things of that nature. So you can use that card that's included to do that as well. Now, this does come with a nice carrying case with a handle, dual zippers, and it is a semi-hard clamshell style case. It does have the form for different pieces in the foam, and it does have a mesh pocket, and everything you see here will fit into there very easily. So just going over this really briefly, you have your charger, plug, USB, connect those up. You can charge a battery that way, or you can leave it in the actual camera, plug into the side, and charge it that way. I have a 32 gig card in here now, so no problems with support for that. Your extra battery, very small, 900 milliamps, as I said. You do have, I guess, a J buckle, and these actually feel fine. When I do like this, if they don't snap, that makes me pretty happy, because I've had some in the past that did. So these feel pretty tough. Not too concerned. One thing I'll leave in the bag is the the back cover. This particular one is the vented type, as you can see. So it allows for better pickup with the mic, but no waterproof aspect. And because it may rain this weekend, and I'm probably going to throw this on the car, I'm going to let you guys judge for yourself what you think about the video and the audio. But keep in mind, Amazon does kind of kill that a little bit. So you're not going to be looking at 1080. You'll probably be looking at something closer to 720, even though it'll be shooting 1080. So you do have some straps so you can attach this to helmets and such. I'll leave those in the bag. A small cleaning cloth to keep the lenses covered, cleaned rather, so they don't get covered in dirt and grime. Some retention straps and zip ties so you can kind of lock this thing down, and you don't have to worry about losing it. One thing I will mention real quick, the waterproof housing. There is a little piece of plastic that comes covering that. You don't really notice it, but it's there. So peel that off very carefully, not to scratch the lens, but peel that off just so it doesn't interfere with the optical clarity that you are getting when you're using the camera. Now you do have a pole type mount, like a bicycle handlebar, for example. Tripod type mounts, the different type, male and female. And we'll put those together. You have some of these connectors, 3M adhesive on the back of these. These do not have holes in them. Some do, some don't. This particular camera, they did not do that. Another one of those. One of my favorite pieces is a sort of a skeleton type frame, and the reason I like that is you've got this buckle type mechanism, very secure, and you can clip it, or you can use one of the different tripod type mounting options. So it opens up some options that I think make it pretty cool. So it just pops right back out. just like that. So we'll leave that like that. Then of course you have the buckle here and the adjustment, and you have your housing for your actual camera. Very similar to the GoPro in the way that it opens and closes. Same for the actual back. Now the camera itself, you see the battery door on the bottom. If I turn it around the right way, very easy to access and open. You have your screen, charging port, your video. If you want to connect this to your TV, you have to have your own cable, your micro SD card slot, your mode button and power button, as well as indicator lights, lenses, and indicator lights, shutter button or OK button, your toggle up and down, as well as your Wi-Fi related button. So we'll fire this up. Very similar to a GoPro in the way that it looks. So you can see we're in video mode, 1080p wide. You got the battery indicator. You've got time, dates, and different things, or time that you can run with the card and everything. Time that's been recording. Of course, there's a red light when you start recording. If you hit that, you're at 12 megapixel wide. The front button here, changing the menu option. That is, I think, time lapse or burst photo. I don't remember which order it's in, to be honest with you, because I never use them. Okay, the other was burst photo. This is time lapse. And then we have options. So we'll hit the top. So we can go through video resolution. We have our down button, our up button. If we want to select one, we just hit that. Right now you can see this does 720 at 60 frames and 1080p at 30 frames. So 30 frames is pretty good for most. It depends on if you're going to do something really fast and really high in action and you want to really do a slow motion type edit. If you want to do that, the higher frames per second you can go, the better, because you're going to have more content to work with. So if we hit this top button again, that's what selects. And we go down, we got looping video, timestamp, exposure, photo resolution, burst photo, time lapse, continuous lapse, power frequency, language, date and time, sound indicator, screen rotation. So if you happen to be mounting this upside down, you can actually rectify that. Instead of post-processing, you can do that with the camera before you start filming. Screensaver, auto power off, format the card, reset if you want to set all your settings back to default. And I apologize if I'm getting out of focus. I'm trying to look at the camera and the screen. Version, you can see Action Cam W9, and then the specific model or version number. So by any means, when you hit the front button again, you can get back to here, and of course this isn't touchscreen, and hit the OK button, and that'll take you right back. So this doesn't have a huge amount of features like some of the cams with like image stabilization options, and it doesn't have like a car mode to turn it into like a car DVR where as soon as power is applied it automatically begins recording. I haven't noticed any or seen any of those type features, so it's not the most feature rich camera of its type. So depending on what you're looking for, what you like, it may or may not be for you. Look at the different options. Now that was another menu I wanted to show you. You can actually change. I'd forgotten about that, but if you hold down this button up here, then you can actually change between the different options very quickly and very easily. So you don't have to hit the mode button. You can just hold down that button. And if I do photo, we're at photo. And we just took a picture.